What is good with y'all, man? So today we are going to be ranking the best Eagles in Madden 21. Obviously, I ran the Eagles theme team, so I've used most likely all these guys. So I know pretty much everybody, right? I've used them all. A lot of it's going to be based off experience. How did they play? Obviously, a little bit of stats and all the other shit. It'll play a factor, but a lot of it's going to be experience. How did they play when I used them? Because I used everybody. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and get right into this, right? First up here we have Jason Kelsey. One of the newerish cards, right? He's very good, probably. I don't know, you could say maybe the best center in the game. It's not gonna put him at S tier though. It's hard for me to put a fucking offensive lineman, up there at S tier, but he could definitely touch A because he was a tank at center, right? Next up here we got Elaine Johnson, our right tackle. In my opinion, this card sucked even when it came out. I didn't like it. They did his strength really dirty, and overall they just made Elaine look like a bum. Lane is pretty. Yeah, Lane's gonna touch C. Next up we got Mike Bavaro. With Bavaro, you can't look at him as a pass catching tight end. He's a run blocker, right? If you look at him from a run blocker perspective, he's actually decent because I would actually sub him in an I form. Let the guy eat. Even when I come out I form, put him out at receiver and let him block. So I'll put Bavaro at B. He's a good blocking tight end when you look at him from that, because that's basically what he is, right? Next up here we got Devonte Smith, 6 foot. The guy, he's got some pretty good hands. He was a good route runner for me. I'll put him at A. Not over Kelsey though. Kelsey's a tank, you know what I mean? Next up here we got D-Jax. I remember D-Jax Washington card. I hated it so much. I was like, this ain't D-Jax. But once we threw number 10 on him, he was an animal. And I think I'm actually gonna put him over Devonte Smith. Right, there's gonna be a lot of A tier, S tier guys, because one, it's hard for me to say any of my Eagles are ass except for a few, but because I love all my guys and everybody eats on my team, but some guys are gonna be C and F. Next up we got Rager. Card is actually pretty good. I used it a little bit. Is it what I say is over D-Jax? Probably not. What I say is over Devonte Smith? Yes, we could put Rager about right there. You know what I mean? A tier. I don't know why this shady card is. For some reason it still has the purple outline on it, but Shady is actually gonna be the first S tier guy. McCoy will be the first S tier. With McCoy, the guy's an animal, right? Probably the stickiest back I've used the entire year. Stickier than Barry, I know. I swear to God, McCoy was crazy. He makes guys miss. He broke fucking tackles. I loved him. Next back here we got Mr. Miles Sanders. Miles was really good, bro. Like, I'll be honest with you, I use that card way past the sell by day. I'm actually gonna put him at B tier over Bavaro. Just, you know what I mean? Obviously now he's kind of unusable, but back when he was, card was fucking crazy. All right, next up here we got Vic. Vic is obviously S. I don't think there's anybody that's gonna be over Vic. It's hard for anyone to really be over Vic. Not gonna happen. Next up though we got Vince Young. Vince, I'll be honest, I'm gonna put him at C. My reasoning is obviously he never had gunslinger, he never got any of that, but if you put him in and use him as a trick play kind of quarterback, let him run the ball, he's actually not bad and he'll fight for yards. That's the only reason he's not going at F. Is he better than Lane? Honestly, yeah, I probably would, because Vince has definitely scored some touchdowns for me. Just sub him in, run a QB draw, let him eat, you know what I mean? But next up we got Herschel Walker. At first I really loved this card, and then I really started to hate it. Hirsch, I'm gonna put him at B. I'll put him over Miles and all those guys. But yeah, Hirsch, it was a up and down relationship. The big body Carmichael, I mean, come on now. 6'8", he's definitely S tier, right behind Vic. The guy is a fucking freak of nature. There'll never be anyone else like him. I mean, come on. Next up we got Anthony Harris. Now, really hot take, this Anthony Harris card, I really liked it. Really liked it so much. You know what? He's gonna touch S tier. I liked it so much. I'm gonna put him at S tier. The guy's, I think he's 6'1". Fucking play. I mean, the guy was a ball hawk for me, bro. But next up we got Poyer. Poyer, when he played for me, played linebacker, was really good. He's gonna be A tier. Highest A tier right now. We're looking at Poyer. Poyer was a playmaker. Next up we got Mr. Taco Spikes F. The guy sucks. Even with his power up expansion, he sucks. And he's like a 98 overall. Guy still sucks. Brian Dawkins, B-Dog. I actually can't put him S, but I can put him A. I'll put him at the highest A. He was really good. I feel like the Anthony Harris card played better than him. And B-Dog, there was times he played free safety for me. There's times he played strong safety. I don't know. You know what I mean? B-Dog's demon though. Come on. Look, S tier, all the S tier and A tier guys are amazing, right? The B tier is where it starts to drop off a little bit. You know what I mean? But next up we got Eric Rowe, another guy who played linebacker for me, 6'1". Really good. I'm gonna put him at A tier. I think I'm gonna put him under Poyer. Really good though. He was a demon. Next up we got Big Play Slay. You know he's gonna be Big Play Slay is S tier. I'm gonna put him over Carmichael. I can't put him over Carmichael. I mean that's a 6'8" grown man. I can't do it, but Big Play Slay is definitely amazing. Nobney is also going to be S tier. I'm actually going to put Nobney over Big Play Slay. In my opinion, you know, the guy's 6'3". He was my slot corner, so he's seen a lot of work. So this is my opinion. I got to put Nobney over him now. All right, next up we got Javon Curse. This is another S tier. I'll be honest, Javon is going to go right under Michael Vick. If you've been following me long enough, you know Javon Curse has been one of my favorite cards this entire year. Vic, Javon, and Carmichael, probably my 3 favorite cards this entire year to use. I mean, those guys just balled out for me almost the whole year. Next up though, we got Big Fletch. Big Fletch will definitely be A tier. I think I'll put him under Eric Rowe. I think that's a pretty solid spot for him. The reason I kind of have the receivers in the back, I feel like, I don't know, because these guys, you know, I feel like, I don't know, everybody in front of them I feel like has, I don't know, maybe a bigger impact. I don't know, it's hard to say. They're staying in the back though. All right, the fridge in my opinion is borderline S tier. For a D tackle, probably the best D tackle I've ever used in Madden. I'm not even trying to dick suck or nothing, but the guy was a creature. I will put him as the highest A tier, I'll be honest. He's probably one of the best D tackles I ever used though. The guy sheds like crazy. Next up we got Reggie White. I had Reggie White play D tackle. He was, oh no, putting him there. Reggie White will probably be A, but where at an A, I'll say I will probably put him in the very back of A. No disrespect to Reggie, it's just so many D tackles on the Eagles line, bro. It's just fuck. All right though, next up we got Dallas Goddard. Dallas Goddard, in my opinion, is probably gonna touch C. Probably the worst C in my opinion. He's just, in my opinion, I used him for a little bit. I thought he was just a mediocrity tight end. Just nothing special about him. I just, wasn't the best. Next up we got Isaac Seumalo. Isaac Seumalo is not bad. He's actually pretty decent. I think he was left guard, right? I will put him just under Herschel Walker at B tier. I feel like it's a solid spot. Brandon Brooks also, I think the card might still be usable. I remember I had Brandon Brooks on my team for so long. He's also going to be B tier. I'm going to put him right under Seumalo. Brooks, he's going to have a good card next year because he's going to get to play. So now we got Mr. Randall Cunningham. Cunningham is going to be B. I put him as the highest B tier. I don't know, like Cunningham's card was good. It's just, you know, a lot of funky, strange, weird things would happen with it. You know, it's just weird. A lot of times the release would be different. It was a weird card. And McNabb, you know, is definitely going to be F for me. Fuck Donovan McNabb. Jalen Mills. I think Jalen Mills is definitely going to touch A tier for me. He played linebacker for me. The guy was a weapon out there. Where do I put him? I think I put him under Kelsey. He's definitely A tier for me. That card balled out. Troy Vincent. This guy, for me, he was a monster at corner, and then he dominated at safety because I used to put him at safety. And because of that, I honestly, God, really want to put him S tier. I'm not going to, but he's going to touch A tier. I think I'll put him right under B-Dog. I mean, the guy killed it at corner, killed it at safety. Not a lot of guys can say they did that. Asante was a mediocrity corner in my opinion. He's going to be B tier. I think I put him right under Herschel Walker. He was just a mediocrity corner. Golden Tate is as well going to be F. I'll put him at king of the Fs. Fuck Golden Tate as well. Guy's a bum. Malcolm Jenkins. I didn't use Malcolm Jenkins' new card. I know a lot of you guys have told me it's pretty good. I believe you on it. I'll put him A tier. I did use the Zero Chill card, was really good. So if I go off that, I'm thinking we could go I'm thinking we go under Jalen Mills. Can't put him over him because, you know, Jalen Mills is the guy I actually used. Killed a linebacker for me. Next up, we got Ryan Carrigan, a newer Eagle. I've never used a Ryan Carrigan card, so I can't exactly speak on it. So for precautions, I'm just going to go B. And I think, well, not that high. I think I'll go under Brandon Brooks. You know, it's hard for me to now under Miles Sanders. It's hard for me to speak on a guy like that when I haven't used him. He's also a really newer Eagle. You know what I mean? It's really hard. Eric Allen, I think a lot of people forgot about this card. Card balled out for me. It's going to be A tier for sure. This is definitely an A tier card for me. I would probably have to say, oh, like really though, honestly, probably under Eric Rowe. Eric Allen balled out for me. The guy was small, but he didn't give him much shit. The only reason I ever got rid of him, I just wanted a bigger body out there. You know, a bigger guy to animate. Last up, we're going to get David Akers. David Akers is actually going to be the very last A tier just because he only has 98 kick power and Seabass has 99. So, because of that, you're the worst A tier. He's going to touch A tier though. But this is, you know, obviously there's more Eagles. A lot of them, I try to pick the best ones, the higher overalls. Even some of you guys are lower overalls, but they're still really good. So that's kind of how I did it. It's like 36 players. I think this is fine, right? So if we go ahead and look at it, the top three, in my opinion, Vic 1, Javon 2, Carl Michael 3. Those are my 3 favorite cards that I use the entire year. Michael Vick obviously is always going to be number 1 for me, but Javon Curse, I've never seen a man shed like he did. You know, I remember his card all the way back to October. Shit was amazing. I loved it. Was so excited when he got a new upgrade. Same with Carmichael. I mean, he's probably my favorite receiver I've ever used in Madden. I mean, shit. It was fun year using him. Nomney, I probably would say is my best corner I used the entire year. I mean, 6'3", 99 speed. Where the fuck else are you gonna get that? The best press corner in the game, probably. You know what I mean? Shady, I begged for him to be in the game, and they did it. They did it. Yeah, those are my the best Eagles in the game. This is how I rank them all. You know what I mean? This is how I rank them. Go ahead and drop a like for me though. But that's gonna do it though, boys. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Fuck with your boy, man, and I'm out.